Allison. Yeah, it's a pretty dire situation here in the state of Rhode Island. I was here just 2 weeks ago, and 2 weeks ago they said we're reaching full capacity at the hospitals. It's not a matter of if, but when we're going to have to open up some field hospitals. And guess what? Now, 2 weeks later, I'm back here once again with 2 field hospitals opening up. One in Cranston, Rhode Island, where they have 300 plus beds. I spoke with the doctor a little bit earlier today, and she said they've checked in 7 patients at that field facility. And then here in Providence, Rhode Island, an alternative care facility that has just over 600 beds, and they have a few patients that have checked in so far today. Over the last 2 days, they've opened up 2 field hospitals in the state of Rhode Island that has a population of just 1 million people. On top of that, behind me, you see a testing facility. This is a drive-up testing facility where they conduct PCR tests. Just around behind this vehicle is a walk-up testing facility. And then behind my cameraman, Jeff, he's not going to swing around and show you, but there's a walk-up testing facility as well for folks to come in and get rapid testing. The numbers are going up every single day in this state, despite the guidelines that have been put in place to try and mitigate the spread. I spoke to the vice president of this field facility a little bit earlier today. Here's what she had to say. Are you seeing a different type of patient now than you were in the spring?
Yeah, so in the spring, we saw a much higher proportion of patients requiring ICU level of care. But I think with the therapies that have been developed as we've learned more about the illness and the way we identify and treat these patients early on, we're seeing less need for ICU care. The other thing that we're seeing that's different is it's hitting a younger demographic. We're seeing people in their 20s and 30s, more so than we did in the spring. Some will attribute it to the lack of social distancing, but the population is different.
And Allison, today is day 1 of the pause in the state of Rhode Island that the governor instituted. What does that mean? It means just over 30% capacity in religious institutions, meaning churches, 25% capacity in indoor dining. However, schools are still up and running because they've identified the fact that schools actually, for elementary school children specifically, are not a vector for spread. And that's happening really across the nation. So up until they see the numbers increasing in schools, they're going to keep elementary schools in this state open for in-person learning. Nonetheless, this is really a wait-and-see moment in which many of the officials in the state are going to be watching the numbers throughout the days to see if they can slow the spread of this thing and gradually reopen businesses throughout the state. But until then, these field hospitals are up and running.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.